So we want to show a HTML list containing the titles of the posts that the current user has wishlisted. Let's get the current user first by calling wp get current user. Don't just call get current user without the wp prefix, because that gives you the system user, your Apache user or home user. If you're running your web server with your home user as the user, so that's gonna give you it's not gonna give you the user, the WordPress user. That's what we're looking for. Now let's get all of the preferences from that user, all of the information, all of the wanted posts. So we're gonna use get user meta. That's because this is saved in the user metadata. Get the ID of the user, and remember that we call these wanted posts, and we should have used a prefix, but I didn't, and I just carried on without a prefix. But when you're creating options, don't forget to add always a unique prefix so that you avoid all sorts of confusion. We want to limit the number of posts that we show, and we've defined that in here. So we're just going to follow the same approach as I did in this part. The default number of elements is going to be 3, and the option is actually called number of items. Now, can number of items be a string, floating point number? Well, not really. It should be an integer. So we want to enforce that it has to be an integer. Now let's echo our list. It's a HTML list, and we're gonna iterate here through our values array, and we want to grab the index and the key and the value of each element. This will be a number starting from 0, it's just the position of the array, and this will be the post ID, which is what we previously saved in our user metadata. If we reach the limit, we want to break out of the loop. If we're still on, we want to get the post title because we have its ID but not its title. So we're going to create a variable called current post, and let's use get post with the post ID. That's a WordPress function you can use anywhere as long as you have the post ID. It's a bit like get wp get current user, so you can use the post as an object, and it'll come with all of the attributes you need. Let's echo the opening of the list element and show the post title. So see how NetBeans makes it so easier to work with WordPress with auto completion. Saves you time. We're gonna close the element now, and that should do it. Of course, you could build something much more elaborate, but this definitely does the job. My wish list, and we see all of these things. And if I change the title, and if I just want to show 2 elements, it will adjust in relation to the settings that I've entered. So just to summarize, when you want to have dashboard widgets, you need to register them first, like this. You add this action, then you register them. You can always use your admin setting options in here if you want, by calling get option. And then you need this method to show the widget. In our case, we get the current user, we get the current user metadata, and the setting that we defined. And we are showing all of these in a list. We use get post to get all the information from a post, and we can access that as an object and use NetBeans or other IDE or code editors with auto-completion to make this part easier. And now it's up to you to come out with your own dashboard widgets.